incredibly nervous. There are so many people here. I did not expect so many eyeballs on me. They asked me to kind of come and share my story, which I will definitely do for you, but I feel like I need to set the stage a little bit. So I am now living in North Carolina, but I am a true New Yorker. So if any of you guys know New Yorkers, we kind of say it how it is. What you see is what you get. I'm also an Enneagram 8. Anybody do Enneagrams here? Nobody knows what an Enneagram is? Paul, we need to get on that. We need to do an Enneagram test. Anyway, it tells you about your personality. I'm very, tell it how it is, I'm very loyal, I'm very honest, and I don't like to cry. So when I came to Scentsy, I was a little overwhelmed with the fact that every event I go to, I cry. So you might see some tears, and when you guys get to meet Heidi Norval, she's gonna make you cry. There is no doubt about that. So I'm excited to be here, I'm honored, and I hope I don't bore you guys with my story. So like Richard said, I've been with Scentsy almost 14 years, coming up this August. Now, when Scentsy first came to New York in 2008, my mom called me. She's like, you need to do a party for your sister. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, Mom, because I don't go to parties. I don't want any part of direct sales. I was that person that was completely against direct sales, but she guilted me, if you wanna know the truth. I felt like I couldn't tell my mama no, so I did this party, and I didn't invite anyone, so no one came. So it was really a bad party. I totally did not do anything good. So I felt bad because it was my sister-in-law. So anyway, I re-hosted the party. It was great. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Being from the North, we used Yankee Candles, and that's a great company. I love it. But holy crap on a cracker, you're spending a lot of money for, a candle at the end of the day that's this empty black jar. And I got blueberry cheesecake, which is funny because that was up here. And I warmed it, and that night went to bed, and I woke my husband. I'm like, do you smell that? That smells to me was an opportunity. I know that sounds really like a commercial or a cliche, but I was like, at the time, bar wax was $5. I'm spending $30 on a jar candle that I'm throwing away at the end of the day. So my goal was to literally share Scentsy with everyone. I did not know when I called my sister-in-law and said, yeah, I want to sign up, that I was starting a business. I feel kind of stupid now saying that, but it's the God's honest truth. I really had no idea what I was getting myself into. I literally just wanted to take this $5 bar wax and shove it in everyone's nose possible. That's all I wanted to do. And so that's what I did. Like, I would go to businesses, you guys, shaking and sweating and stuttering, and I'd be like, I got this product, and I was wondering if I could warm it here for you. Anyway, what that turned into was 14 years later of being here. So I learned very quickly that I had an opportunity. I always knew I wanted to work for myself. Like, I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be on a schedule. I want to do what I want to do. I want to go to my kids' events when I want to. But I never knew how I was going to do that. Like, I'm not educated. I barely graduated high school. I, didn't show up half the time. I didn't want to. So how was I going to be my own boss? And I was like, oh my God, Scentsy is that. I didn't realize that until after my first paycheck came. We have 4 children. I stayed at home and watched kids, and my husband made $11 an hour. You can imagine raising 4 kids on $11 an hour and doing in-home daycare. We were tight, and I'm not ashamed to say that we were on public assistance when I started Scentsy. My father-in-law loaned me the $100, and the rest is truly history. Scentsy became the vehicle for me that I never knew I needed. It has completely changed our lives from every single aspect. My first paycheck, I got to buy my family pizza. That was my big aha moment. It wasn't $1 million check. It wasn't anything other than I could not steal money from one of our budgets and not pay a bill, and I could guilt-free buy my family pizza and Littlest Pet Shops for my girls. And that was like, $400 is a lot of money when you're making $11 an hour, and you have to figure out how the heck are you gonna feed a family of 6. And again, I hated direct sales. Don't ever tell me when I really said that, but I did. I didn't understand the potential that was in it. There's so much misconception around it. And I'm here to tell you guys today that Scentsy's changed who I am. Angie, where are you?
Yeah.
What's happening? It changed who I am. I'm a different person altogether because of Scentsy, and I cannot wait for you guys to meet Heidi Norval. I just never have been exposed to people quite like them, or like the Scentsy culture. Going to home office for me in Meridian is better than going to Disney World. Can I say that? Because we're partnered with them? But honestly, I absolutely love going to our home office. I love the feel, the smell. the atmosphere, every detail that is into the Scentsy, it is just, it's incredible. So if you guys ever get the chance to go, if you ever want to call me and be like, Jody, when you going? I'll take you, because it is incredible. Jody.com's got my phone number, you call me. But in all honesty, like, I live a life today that, I don't ever like to share my story and feel like I'm bragging, because that is not at all my intentions. And I know that none of you know me, so you don't know that, you know, like, who's this girl coming up here talking about, you know, her story. It's just, I feel like if I can change my life from growing up in the projects, I grew up in the projects. If I can do that, and I can change the life and the trajectory of my families because of a $99 opportunity, I'm so glad I saw it. Well, eventually. At first I was like, oh, Blueberry cheesecake, $5, right? That's great. But it's a totally different world that I live in, and I'm so grateful every day. And I often wonder, like, how did I get here? I didn't start a business. That's not what I was doing, you guys. And here we are, you know, 14 years later, and I've traveled the world, places I never, ever would have gone. I've got some really incredible friends, people I never would have met if it wasn't for Scentsy. And I get to come and do things like this, which, speaking in front of people is probably one of my greatest fears. So, you know, it's overcoming, it's the personal growth that comes along with different things. Like, I look back at Jody 14 years ago and I'm like, ooh, dang, where did this girl come from, you know? Like, and so I'm proud to say that because of Scentsy, I've changed my life in several different ways. And I'm grateful for everything that they've done for us. So that's really all my story entails. It's, you know, does anybody have any questions about anything, or?
I have a question.
Oh, Paul has a question.
We always have questions. No, I'd love to hear how the Scentsy opportunities changed for you over the last 14 years.
What exactly do you mean by that?
So it started out kind of as this opportunity, and you fell in love with the product.
Mm-hmm.
But as you've grown as a consultant, as a team lead, and developed, how has that opportunity changed you, or changed how you view the business?
So basically what he wants to know is how it changed, the opportunity has changed throughout the 14 years.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I think in order to be with Scentsy, you have to be able to be flexible. You know, you learn different ways that you can maneuver through this business. One of the greatest things I love about Scentsy is helping other people who didn't know that they had it in them. I didn't know I had it in myself. If it wasn't for my mother begging me, pressuring me to join Scentsy, I wouldn't be here. And so I have seen families who come from very similar circumstances as myself, and my husband and I we've helped them. I know this doesn't sound like a Scentsy story, but we've helped them develop like financial plans, basically. So some people will think, oh, I'm gonna join in our sales, I'm gonna, you know, the only way to be successful is by the amount of money that's in your bank account, and that's not true. I feel my success comes from the fact that I can help other people see in themselves what they don't see. Like, I mean, we're mean to ourselves a lot of the time. There's a lot of women in here, and for the men, I'm sorry to bore you, but girls, we can be really, really mean to ourselves. We tell ourselves things that aren't true all the time, like, I'm not worthy, I can't do it, I don't deserve it, I'm not pretty enough, I don't have the courage. And those are all lies that we tell ourselves. And so when I can debunk that lie and open up something in someone and they see it for the first time and they're like, I can do this, that's something that it's very hard to put into words when you actually are able to sit and help someone discover that, or help a family come up with a financial plan to where Scentsy, they might only be making $200 or $400 when they first start, but that's a car payment for them, and we can help them figure out what that looks like. And so that to me is that's a really big personal growth issue, I think, for me. Like, that's something I've always enjoyed doing. So, and I continue to do that. Yes. Yeah.
Can you help us understand how we impact your business as employees?
I secretly want to go inside and ship all the packages right now. I love shipping, so you guys are really important to us, because without you, we can't get our products to our customers. If we can't get our products to our customers, we don't have customers, therefore we don't have a business. So what you guys do is so important. And I don't know a single consultant that's been with this company that doesn't appreciate what the home office. We're often going, how do they do what they do? How does our events team pull off the events that they do? How does our shipping department go through an active in April? And you guys, was this open active in April? It wasn't, or was? You're welcome. Sorry, but thank you guys for doing that, like, because none of us can do anything without the other. We have to be in sync with each other, and we understand the importance of all of our home office staff, from shipping to manufacturing, which I would love to do that too, and to all the way up to our corporate. I really just wish they could go to home office and feel like what it is, because it's so hard to explain to people what things are like. And this is an example I use with my team all the time. We can go to the Super Bowl and we can watch the Super Bowl on the 50-yard line. I can also sit home and watch that same game on my couch. But the experience that we get from those two different, just being there, completely different, same game, different experience. And so when I think about what you guys do for us, it's very hard to fully express that, because we know without you guys, without showing up every day, it doesn't matter how many warmers and wax bars I sell, because you gotta have somebody to ship them. So we are so grateful for you guys. Thank you for putting up with our highs and our lows, and we appreciate you. Did you have a question? Oh.
They're gonna go to Meridian.
They're gonna go to Meridian. I got a small RV. It's over there. We go. We can definitely make that happen. Does anybody else have any other questions? I am an open book. You can ask me anything you want. I went through that really fast because y'all are looking at me. It's very nerve-wracking. So many eyeballs. Very scary.
Jody, I have one.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yay!
it's easy. It's easy. So our theme today is Scentsy Spirit.
Okay.
What does Scentsy Spirit mean to you?
Oh, connection, family, love, opportunity, together, all of the things. Because when you're in a room full of other Scentsy people that love Scentsy, there's just something palpable about that. You can feel the energy when you're around a lot of Scentsy consultants, a lot of us crazy women. It's an amazing, I've never been a part of anything, really. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, this fills a lot of voids, and it fills my cup in different ways. I love that I can go to Scentsy Home Office or to SFR, and I know everybody else there we have something in common. There's no strangers. Like, we're all, well, I might not know you, but we are connected somehow, and that's the amazing part about Scentsy Spirit. You're not gonna walk in alone and leave alone. You might walk in alone, but you are definitely gonna leave with some friends. Some of them you might not want, but they're gonna be your friend no matter what. So it's an amazing, palpable feeling. Scentsy Spirit is amazing. So. You guys are winning.
Do we have any other questions?
Any other questions? Awesome.
All right, give Jody a